The Power series has started up and I am getting my life. Power Book 4, Raising Kanan Season 2, Episode 1 done came on, girl, and I am here for every word of it. Y'all ready to talk about it? Cue the music! Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate or for discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out. Look how I just bossed it out. Now come on, baby, why you bugging? We can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no, I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
Cause oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back. Back with another video. We here to discuss Raising Kanan, Power Book 4. I think it is 4. Raising Kanan Season 2, Episode 1. Girl, I love the Power series. I love it. I love it. I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard 50 announce this, I was just like, I'm interested, but I don't know how it's gonna be. Girl, every last one of these Power series is good. And Kanan is one of my favorites. Let's get into the episode. So if y'all remember from last season, Kanan had to go out of town to go to Virginia by his aunt because of what he did to Detective Howard. He popped him upside the head, but it turns out he made it. Girl, we 3 months forward, fast forward, and now we're in a position where we're trying to see what's going on. Everybody's in different spaces, girl. Everybody. Kanan was down there by doggone his aunt. Jukebox been staying in his room while he was gone. You know, everybody's in different spaces and in different places, girl. Let's get into it. So the episode opens up. Kanan is sitting on the beach and his mama comes out there and says, time to go, fat. It's time to pack your bags, fat. Kanan don't want to go. Kanan was like, man, I really wish I could stay here. She was like, no, baby, we got a whole empire back at home. I'm not the new. Yeah, would she be the new? I'm Nino Brown back home, fat. We got an empire. You got to bring your ass now. He's not really here for it. He's like, oh man, she even started reminiscing on how she used to come out there with her boyfriend, Rodney, or whatever the case, and he had 6 or 7 girls. That boy don't care about none of that. He's not trying to go to New York. He's not trying to do it. So when he gets back inside, he tells the little boys are like, man, Kanan about to dip. And I know he's ready to get out of here and go back to New York because New York is so great. Kanan was like, actually, I wish I could stay here, to be completely honest. If I could stay here, I would stay, but I gotta go back. New York ain't all this cracked up to be. It really ain't. That's just my opinion. On the flip side, Detective Howard is over there acting crazy, talking about he ain't leaving the hospital without his ring. What ring, sir? The lady said, maybe one of your family members came and got it. That nigga said, I ain't got no family, so I know that's cap. The doctor is over on the other side explaining his memory loss to Detective Burt. Is that her name, I believe. But he goes, listen, the man lost a lot of his memory. It's a lot of things he don't remember. So she goes, you think him saying he don't remember about who shot him, you think that was real? He was like, duh, bitch, that's what I'm over here telling you in this white coat. Yes. Like, he has memory loss. But you know, miracles happen because he came in for a gunshot wound and ended up getting stem cells, so he ain't got no more cancer. Fat, he good. She ain't trying to hear that. She too busy trying to solve the doggone case. Girl, mind your business. On the flip side, Rock is down there talking to Deb, Aunt Deb, telling her, like, girl, remember the dude, Rob or whatever the case may be? I was telling Kanan about him, and she goes, yeah, girl, I remember him. But in other news, why you don't let Kanan stay? She wants Kanan to stay. Rock said, baby, that's my child. He coming back home with me. This is when you put the best interest of you before your child in the name of your child. Yeah, Rock said he's coming back with me. And like Deb said, she said, listen, when you brought him down here, you said some shit was popping off up there. You don't think here would be the best place for him to be? I don't have no problem. I'll get him in school, everything. Like, everything will be fine. But Rock is like, nope, taking my baby. He's coming on home. So as they saying that, they're talking, and she says, because I know what happened to your parents. What happened to her parents? In the midst of that, Kanan comes downstairs and she lets Kanan know, Kanan, you are more than welcome here. You and Jukebox, tell her I said that. And y'all can come whenever you want. The door will always be open. And Kanan was like, I would really love to be here. So she knows that Kanan want to stay there. Rock just don't give a damn. She wants her son back home. At the end of the day, she told Kanan, tell Juke she care about her, she love her, she want to see her. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Lulu is down there fighting with Jessica about Famous career. Girl, Lulu ain't trying to hear what you're saying about doggone Famous career. apparently Famous ain't been doing nothing but smoking weed and getting high and being stupid. Y'all, like, I don't know how old y'all is, but y'all remember that drug commercial when they say this is your brain on drugs? That's what Famous said. He ain't writing no music. And the girl was like, you act like you don't care about my brother's career. He said, I don't. If he don't care about it, why should I? You sound crazy. Like, what is you saying? They argue back and forth, and he gets in the car and was like, I'm not dealing with this. And she goes, you wonder why we argue so much? He said, actually, I don't. Pulls up to this girl at the red light, light skin thing. I think she like might be like, you know, one of them Hispanics people, because, you know, no shade, where I'm from, we ain't have all that. Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, and we ain't have none of the kins. We just had black people, white people, and Vietnamese. That's it. But he pulls up on her and hear this music she's listening to, and he's trying to get her attention to say, hey, who is that artist you listening to? But girl is ignoring him. And I know what she was doing. See, I do that too. A lot of times when I see dudes that I don't like, or I know I'm not going to like, try to get at me at the red light, I act like I don't see him. I'm Ray Charles. You get it? So anyway, she pulls off. He pulls up behind her and skirt in front of her car and was like, I'm just trying to see who you listening to. The girl name is Ziza, but she goes, listen, you about to get popped. I got mace. He was like, girl, please. I'm just trying to see who that was you listening to on the radio. She was like, that's me, nigga. So he tried to calm her down and say, hey, look, here's my card. I got a record label. I would like you to call me. She was like, boy, can I go now? But she ends up calling him because that's what we see moving forward. Let's move on. We move on to the next scene. Jukebox is visiting her girlfriend grave and she leaves another tape. So apparently she's just making tapes, bringing it to her. Now Kanan and Rock is on the way home. She basically let him know that the cop is awake. The one you thought you popped, he's still here, fag. But don't worry about it. He can't remember nothing. Plus, ain't nobody gonna listen to what he said. You good. But Kanan's reaction was like he was terrified. Like literally fucking terrified. Like he's not okay with the idea that this man I was supposed to pop and be done with is back alive. Like he's just, you know, he's not cut like that at this moment. Cause I saw it on another doggone thing. Basically what it is they're progressing him into the Kanan that we saw on Power. You don't just jump off the porch like that. It's a progression. And I like that they have that element in there, and 50 is able to come in and put his little 2 cents in, because you can tell it's somebody who really was outside the street that helped them with this storyline. Let's move on. The lawyer tells Marvin the girl didn't come down to testify, so basically you good. You ain't got to worry about no charges. So Marvin like, bet. He said, but you do got to go to anger management. Marvin go, why I got to go to anger management if there ain't no charges? Because they caught you with the possession, bruh. Go down to the anger management. All you gonna have to do is sign me. You don't have to do nothing else. You're gonna be good. Marvin ain't here for that. Marvin was like, man, look, you supposed to be done got me off all of this, but if I gotta go and I can just sign in, I do it. Sign me up for anger management. Girl, you just don't know. You're gonna be in anger management for real. Let's move on. Detective Howard gets dropped off at home. Well, he has Detective Burt bring him home. They get home and she's trying to open the blinds to get some light in there, and she sees the file on Kanan. So remember, she's still in detective mode. She's trying to find out who shot this man, and this man don't even care at this point, or at least he's seeming to not care. So she asks him to go to lunch, and he goes, nah, I'm good on lunch. I got to figure out my new life. And she goes, what do you mean new life? He explains to her, listen, when I was laying in that bed, I died and came back. Like, I felt like I was reborn. I have a new life to live, and worrying about this, that don't concern me. I got to focus on me at this point. She's trying to talk to him and say, listen, you don't think you want to find the person, yada, yada, yada. The dude, what his name, Neek, was it Neek? Yeah, the dude, Reek or Neek or whatever his name is, he's getting out. Because they found out where he was during the time you got popped, and he wasn't the one that popped you. And this is what caught me. Because, see, Detective Howard said, I never said he did, but then turns around and say he don't remember nothing. You talking to the wrong person. Now listen, how you remember what you said, but you don't remember nothing? You're showing your hand. I don't believe he had no memory loss. I believe that it's a possibility to get memory loss for what he went through, but I think he's using that to, you know, do some other snake shit. That's my opinion. But anyway, he said he ain't worried about that. She leaves. Now he's looking out the window watching her leave. That lets me furthermore believe, yeah, he not really here for her, basically acting like, you know, she's trying to solve the case. He got some other stuff up his sleeves, and he ain't lost no damn memory. Let's move on. Kanan is back in New York. Him and Rock driving down the street, and you can see all these dudes getting shook down by the cops because everybody on the block. And Rock was like, see, Them dudes on the block, that's so last week. Like, bro, we on some different empire type of shit. Like, we upstairs, we up top. They pull up to the building, and if y'all remember New Jack City, how Nino Brown took over the top floor of the projects, the difference between her and Nino is she actually take care of the people in the doggone building. She just be like, y'all shush, let me sell my little pop, my little crack up here. So they get up there. Kanan ain't really feeling it, but he just gonna go with it or whatever. So they get up there. They get on the elevator because she got the elevator fixed. Like, she really is putting the money back into the doggone the building. She's just selling drugs. We find out that she's helping people pay their rent. Like, she taking care of people in the building. What they noticed was when they get on the elevator, nobody else got on the elevator with her. She got that type of respect around her because of what she's doing and also what she's doing for the people out there. Kanan asked her why they didn't get on the elevator. She was like, I don't know, you gotta ask them. They get upstairs, he goes see Scrappy and Marvin, and they all dap up. I guess the difference from last season to this season is Marvin has actually done stepped up his game. He not screwing up no more. Now it's Lulu. He the one that's got the issues. And his only issue is he really want to get out the game and focus on the music thing. But Rock ain't trying to hear all that. That's the problem. So he over there talking to Scrap and Lulu, and they giving him shit about him getting stung by a damn jellyfish and being down there in Florida. Neek is getting out, and the cop was mad. The cop was like, man, how the hell you beat that charge, bro? And like he said, man, I'm innocent. He said, you might be innocent of that one, but you done did some shit. Man coming home. Let's stop acting crazy. On the flip side, Jukebox is in Kanan's room, and she find a shoebox with old pictures in there, and she find one of her and her mama carrying. It hits her different because she miss her mama. She want her mama because her paw ain't worth a dime. Moving on, Kanan is down at Kanan is down there at the building with the fam, and they all talking in codes, obviously. And Scrap is telling Rock that the people in the building are complaining about the noise and the fact that there's piss in the hallways. And like Marvin said, girl, please. They've been having that going on since before we got here. But because Rock is actually looking out for the people, she was like, bet, we just gonna mop the hallways twice a week. Like, she really is looking out for the people. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll get at the Rock. Rock really was looking out for these people. So she's not just using them like Nino Brown did. See, this is why women should be in charge. She's not just using them like Nino Brown did and abusing them. She actually taking care of the people. So she said, we're gonna mop the hallways twice a week. And then after we mop the hallways, we're gonna make sure we keep the noise down. We gotta make sure these people straight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we gotta do. Lou finally arrives and he pulls up late, and Rock is looking at him like, you slipping, bro. You slipping. But she's setting a standard on what they're gonna be doing moving forward. And she said she don't want to be on the block like Warrell done been. She don't want to be out there with that black shit. We on a whole nother thing. Scrappy was like, man, Warrell, let me pop this dude. Hey yo, Nino, let me smoke this dude. I love that part from doggone New Jack City. Hey yo, Nino, let me smoke this dude. Basically is what Scrap is up there saying. But Rock got a bigger plan. She was like, nah, bro, we ain't gonna pop him. She was like, what you need to do is chill on your gambling. Cause see, we don't want nobody snooping around, you getting popped and all this stuff, and you getting going down there getting questioned and interrogating. You got to chill out. So no more dice game on the corner. Now Scrap is a doggone gambling addict, and let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all later when we get to Scrap getting popped gambling. Anyway, Kanan is over there. Kanan mentions that he remember how Scrap won $500 for counting fries with Lulu. Or was it Marvin? One of them. Girl, that's how much of a gambler he was. That addiction is real. I'm gonna say this. Gambling is just as much of an addiction as any drug. People can sit up here and say it's not the same. I lived with a gambling addict. My brother, rest in peace. It is the exact same thing, the exact same behaviors, the exact same everything. They can't shake that shit like that. They got to go down there to the people and talk to them. Anyway, so Lou wants to go holler at Kanan. Rock tells doggone Marvin, your brother slipping. Like, his slip is showing and I don't like that. Let's move on. Kanan pulls up in the room and see Juke in there singing, Jukebox in there singing. She giving him shit, kind of going back and forth with a little banter. And then she asked him how it was in Virginia. And he was like, man, it actually was good. I wish I could have stayed. Like, I really wish I could have been there. But he opens up to her and tells her he don't know if this shit cut off for him. He said, I know I asked for it and all that shit, but you know, ever since I popped that dude, man, I've been having nightmares and stuff. Like, I don't know if this game for me, you know. And she was like, well, you need to tell your mama. He said, I could never tell her because I'm a disappointer. She was like, boy, look, you need to tell your mama. Period. If that's how you feel, you need to go down there and tell her. But she did mention to him that, you know, Rock was wrong for putting you out there and having you do that. She shouldn't have did that. You know. So how you feeling ain't invalid. You just got to go down there and say something. But he ain't trying to do that. Let's move on. Detective Howard is in his house cleaning up, and he noticed that Kanan file. And he opens it up and looks at the pic. That man ain't got no damn memory loss. Let's move on. Marvin's over there messing with Lou, talking about, he watching this commercial of the people in Africa, I want to say, carrying water. And girl, he tell Lulu, he was like, man, see, you could be carrying water like that for me, but see, you slipping on your pimping or whatever. And basically, Lulu ain't here for it. Lulu was just like, man, whatever. He was like, I'm trying to see what's going on. We can't get stuck by this jellyfish. We heard you was crying like a little bitch. And Kanan was like, man, first of all, that shit hurt. Secondly, I wasn't crying. They said, look, you one of us. You got to represent us everywhere you go. On the flip side, Marvin is trying to have a conversation with Juke, but Juke ain't trying to hear that. Juke was like, talking about high school. Nigga, school ain't even in yet. She gets up and walk away. She ain't trying to hear that. Rock says dinner's ready, because she sees what Marvin is doing, and she knows that Juke is not ready to talk. So they get around the dinner table. That's the scene behind me. And Rock lets them know, or lets Kanan know that, listen, we did not do this when you was gone, because we'll never meet and have family dinner without you. Everybody got to be here. I know everybody got their differences and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, but y'all got to move past that. It's bigger than that, fat. It's bigger than us. We blood thicker than water, and I say blood got clots, because everybody's looking around at each other like, I don't fuck with you. This one was saying, I don't fuck with you. Ain't nobody trying to hear that, girl. But she want to toast to the family, girl. We can go ahead and do it. Let's move on. Jessica is talking to Famous about him smoking, girl. Jessica's like, look, come on now, Famous. I'm trying to work for you, fat. But all you want to do is smoke weed. Like, you got to do something different. You need to get back into writing. Get in your bag. Like, you got to do something. Famous ain't trying to hear that. He said, you know, I should have never made you my damn manager. I only did it because you was smashing old boy. But apparently this ain't work. Hell for you fired. Now she's sitting up there looking crazy. Let's move on. Marvin is over there talking, still trying to talk to Juke. Juke don't want to hear that shit. She went outside. Kanan basically kind of trolled them. Was like, seems like y'all really connecting. Anyway, Lou apologized to Rock about him slipping as of lately. Lou was like, man, look, I know I've been slipping. I've been my head stuck and focusing into this music shit. You know, I've been slipping. But, I'm going to come around. Rock was like, look, how much you made from this music shit? And he was like, what you mean it's a business? I ain't really see no turnover yet, no turnaround yet. Basically, Rock was like, bro, I'm really feeding you right now. I'm really putting you in a position to eat. And you running behind this music shit? Like, leave that shit alone, man. That shit for the birds. Do that shit on some recreational shit. But you need to put the business first. But Lou not trying to do that. Because I think Lou like Zaza, Ziza, whatever her name is. He like her. He not trying to do that. He wants to focus on the music. But Rock ain't trying to hear all that. On the flip side, Kanan go outside to talk to Juke and ask her basically when she started smoking. Because now she's smoking Jules. Girl, please. Why are you smoking cigarettes? That's so ugly. Ugh. Anyway, she was like, man, look, life ain't stopped when you left, Kanan. Shit got bad. She said, honestly, I thought staying here was going to be better, but I should have stayed or went with you for that matter. He basically tells her that nobody told him what went down before he left. And she feels like, listen, it happens. Like, stuff happens, and when your mama wants you to know what's going on, she'll let you know. Then he says he's only doing the family business because he want to protect his mother. Like, he really don't even want to do this shit for real. Like, he's only doing it to protect his mama. And she was like, well, you got to let her know that. You got to let her know. He don't want to disappoint his mama. He ain't going to tell her that. Let's move on. No, before we move on, the Detective Howard is in the car up the block watching them, and he passed by in slow motion, and Kanan saw that shit. That dude's whole body went into like a scare attack. He's a child at this point, remember? Kanan is terrified. He don't know that's his daddy, but he know the man he shot just pulling up in front of his block. Listen, black mothers sometimes love their sons to death when they need to be loving them to life. Do with that information as you will. Let's move on. The family is discussing more buildings. So basically, Rock got an operation where she gonna get more buildings, and she got Marvin doing this building, and she want Lou to do this building. But she wants to work with Warrell. She says she don't mention it in front of Scrap because she don't want to feel like she kind of passing them over. But she's telling her brothers like, look, this is what I need y'all to do. I need y'all up on it. The brothers ain't here for it. The brothers like, man, man, this dude tried to kill me. Like, no. But see, Rock got a bigger vision. Rock was like, bruh, this my scheme. I'm planning on getting all these crews, and because once I get Reek's crew or Neat crew, whatever his name is, everybody gonna come to me, and then they gonna leave him, and then I'm gonna be the person in charge. I'm gonna be the HBIC. I'm trying to run the whole city, and y'all tripping. Y'all leave that little minor BS alone. We got bigger fish to fry. Lou and his feeling was like, man, you can give my shit to Morel. Give him that building. And she was like, no, nigga, you gonna take the building I gave you, and you gonna do it. What a way to boss up. Anyway, let's move on. Scrap gets arrested down there in the basement at his mama house gambling because during the narration of 50, he was saying that Scrap been gambling since he was a child. And he get it from his mom and his pa. Child, they had a raid down there and he done got raided. Who snitched and dropped the dime and said he was down there gambling? We need to figure that part out. But that goes to show you how heavy that addiction is. And I wanted to go back to this. My brother who lived with me, God bless his soul, he's dead. My brother had developed a gambling addiction living with me. And it was to the point where we had to hide money and stuff. Because I done seen my brother take 50 cents, literally 50 cents, and go to the casino and stay all night because he played blackjack. He would start at the machine and he would go to the table once he got enough money. And would literally, I'm talking about the stories that come back, he'll come back. This is how I knew when he lost. If he come back with breakfast, he lost. But he'll come back and say, I was up 15, 20 grand. And I'm looking down at the breakfast like, turns out he lost it all. But I done see my brother turn 50 cents into 15 grand and lose it and do it over and over again. So we used to have to hide money in the house because I didn't want him to find it and go to the casino. It literally was like living with somebody that was addicted to drugs. It's the same thing. Addiction with gambling is the exact same addiction that everybody else has with any and everything you could think of. The behaviors, at least, are the same. I just wanted to throw that out there. Let's move on. Scrap got to get his shit together. Detective Howard act like he going to visit the precinct because he missed it, but it turns out he's just trying to see what everybody thinking about going on with his case. He sees Scrap over there getting interrogated, and he was just like, okay. So he goes holler at Detective Bergen, was like, listen, girl, leave my case alone. I got it. Don't worry about it, Faye. But she's like, no, you don't think I should do it? Like, I want to help you. He's not trying to get no help. And she says, I just want to do what I can. And I think she wants to help because she's trying to set him up too, because she know he in them streets. That's just my opinion. He tell her, anyway, girl, you could do it. Just don't mess up my case. Let's move on. Reek get into a fight in prison. He get into a fight in prison because these dudes was trying to argue some dude, and he ended up pushing the dude and hitting, running into Reek. Reek get into this whole big old fight, beat all the dudes up. Reek got them dogs. Reek got them dogs. And when the police came and grabbed him, old boy who was about to get R and helped up for him was like, they attacked him. As you should. You need to be looking for him to be your friend. But he getting out, so sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry. Let's move on. Rock and Kanan go see Symphony at the doggone diner. So Rock and Kanan go see Symphony. They hadn't seen each other for 3 months. Girl, ain't nobody seen nobody in the last 3 months. Symphony is glad to see Kanan. He really do care about Kanan. He really do. Rock is noticing how they get along so well. Like, she was just like, that's what's up. Anyway, they get ready to get out there, and Kanan go to the bathroom. So now she has a long time outside with Symphony. Symphony basically tells Rock, Kanan gonna be somebody. He gonna be something bigger than what you got going on. But I feel like you're not giving him the opportunity to do that. You know her. You can't tell her nothing about her son. I know my son. He was like, well, if you knew your son, you know that he'd be scared. He told me when we were in the car when I was bringing him down there to Virginia, he's scared. So now Rock knows that Kanan really is scared, and it makes her look at him different. Kanan ends up walking up on him after that discussion, or during that discussion for that matter, and Symphony was like, see y'all around, basically. Kanan was like, okay. Bye, I guess. Anyway, but she does like that they have their little banter or whatever. She sees that she likes Symphony. She's just a hood, hard girl. She not trying to show that side yet, but Symphony gonna be back, trust me. Moving on, Jessica is over there trying to negotiate getting famous, more promotion, and Lou ain't here for it. Lou got his eyes set on a new girl, and he introduces her, and now Jessica feels some type of way. Now, you know that puts Jessica in the bed with doggone Crown. That's his name? Boy, please. she get in the bed with him and he asks her, what you think Lou would do if he find out? She was like, pop you upside your head, and said it with a straight face. Anyway, Crown's whole thing is, girl, look, at the end of the day, you got a job offer to go be a junior management, a junior manager or whatever, where you could just deal with the young talent in LA. Why are you here? You could be gone. She was like, you know what, you right. Why am I here? It don't even make sense. Let's move on. Marvin gets to anger management. Child, this is where we meet Miss Renee, the bad bitch. That's what I'm gonna call her. She's a therapist, but she's got these guys doing their thing in anger management. Marvin goes to sign in and he getting ready to leave. Miss Renee pulls up and says, skirt, skirt, where you think you going? Oh, yeah, my lawyer told me all I needed to do was sign in. I done signed in. I'm a dip, y'all enjoy, And Miss Renee was like, no. First off, if you sign in, you need to sit in that seat. Because if you don't sit in that seat, then I'm going to call your PO, and your PO going to call the people, and the people going to make you sit in the seat that's not as comfortable as that one. So sit your ass down. Well, I need to call my lawyer. You can call him from that seat. Sit down. I like Miss Renee. I think Miss Renee going to be the one Marvin go for. Because she don't give a damn. She not scared of him. Like, you can't, she knows by looking at him, he's selling that stuff. She don't give a damn. I said what I said. Now sit your ass down. A lot of men like women like that, but they don't like to admit it. Anyway, let's move on. Rock goes in there to bring Kanan some milk because she's been doing it all his life and tell him he's growing up so fast. She basically is in there to have a heart-to-heart conversation with him and see what's really going on and where he at. Because she already know that he's scared because she heard it from Symphony. So she asked Kanan, just talk to me, baby. What's going on? And Kanan came clean and was like, look, Ma, I've been having nightmares about that stuff, about me, popping that man. I only did this to protect you. I don't think I can protect you like I can, like I should, or like that, And Rock took responsibility and accountability for putting him in a position to have to do what he did to Detective Howard. But she let him know, listen, this ain't to protect you. You're not supposed to protect me. I'm supposed to protect you. And basically, she's telling him everything that I'm doing over here is for you. If I'm doing all this stuff for you and you don't want it, then what am I doing it for? She put the guilt trip back on him. And it's so bad because Kanan had to pour out his heart and thought he was going to get some sort of relief and he got none. That's messed up. That's messed up, Rock. You're down bad, fat. You're down bad. Anyway, Rock, you wrong. The boy is sitting up there looking like he's feeling guilty, and that's not cool. Rick ends up getting out of prison. Marvin is watching him because he plotting because he ain't trying to hear none of that. And Rock meets up with Detective Howard. That's how you know that dude ain't lose his doggone memory. He remembers everything. He just wants street justice. Or maybe he don't want street justice. He knows that's his son, and he don't care that he got shot. It actually worked out in his favor. And that was the end of the first episode of Raising Kanan. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode. I am so here for the Power series. I can't wait for them to pop back up, girl. And I can't wait to see Tommy and Tyreek with his crazy ass and everybody else, girl. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Please drop down in the comments. Let me know. I said that already. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow me on TikTok, and I will see you hoes later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo dog time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.